We are now ready to color. And when we color, we want to make sure that we're showing contrast in our colors just like we did with our patterns. So you can see in this pattern that I have polka dots, I colored the circles blue and then I chose yellow for the background. Yellow and blue have a lot of contrast because blue is dark and yellow is light. We want to think about that when we're coloring. And we also want to think about the contrast in the colors between the patterns. So the pattern right next to this one has white in the background. That shows a really nice contrast between these two patterns. We want to think about the colors we're choosing for the pattern and the colors we're choosing for the patterns that are next to each other. I'm going to color with markers, but whatever you have to color with will work just fine. Use whatever you have, colored pencils, crayons, markers, and if you have paint, you could use paint. Whatever you have will work fine as long as you have several bright, bold colors. I'm going to start with the first pattern I created. The first pattern I created were these big circles or polka dots down here in this section. I really love this pink. It's very bright and it's very pretty. So I'm going to color the inside of these circles pink. And I want to make sure when I'm coloring, since I'm making a pattern, that I'm repeating my colors. Sometimes you might want to color each one of the circles a different color, but then that wouldn't be a pattern because you wouldn't be repeating the same color. I'm going to color all my circles this same pink color. Now that I've finished coloring these circles, I want to see where else on my paper I could use this beautiful pink before I get a different color. I don't want to put it right next to these circles because I don't want pink right next to each other. But I think I could put it over here in these stripes, in these repeated lines. When you're coloring stripes, you want to repeat your colors. So if I make the first line pink and leave the next line white, then the next line will be pink. I'm not going to make it white and pink. I will choose another color, but for now, I'm going to color every other line pink. So I've colored every other stripe pink, and now I'm going to see where else I might use pink on my paper. I have pink here and I have pink here, so I think it would make sense if I put pink somewhere up here. And I think I'm going to color the inside of my flowers pink. Now I need to decide what color in my first pattern, what color is going to contrast really well with this pink. The pink is kind of dark. A color that goes very well with it is yellow. So I'm going to color all behind these circles, I'm going to color it yellow. The yellow and the pink look really nice together. There's a lot of contrast there, so I think that was a good choice of colors. I also used the pink to color in some of these stripes. So another color that would go really well and show a lot of contrast is this bright green. The pink is kind of dark, the green is kind of light. Together they go really well. So I'm going to color the white part that's left, I'm going to color all of those green. The green and the pink look really nice. They have a lot of contrast. And let's see where else I could put some green. I have green right here, and I think it might also look nice if I put green in the background over here. And then once again, I'll have pink and green. And I may just leave these flowers white. You don't always have to color in everything. That would have some really nice contrast between the green, the white, and the pink. So far, I've got a lot of pink, a lot of green, and some yellow, and it's looking very nice. So I'm going to choose a different color. I think I'm going to choose this blue, and I'm going to color the circles in this pattern blue. Now that I've put the blue, well, it's probably really more like a blue-green, I've put that up here. I think it might look nice if I also put it right down here for the background. So that's what I'm going to do next. All right, now I have this pretty blue-green color and I need to decide what is going to look nice with it to make these hearts. I think this red is going to have a lot of contrast and it's going to look really nice. So I'm going to color in my hearts red. I want to put red somewhere else on my paper, and I think it would look nice if I put some red in this area. So I'm going to color the background red and leave the hearts white for now. Now I want to go back to this yellow that I had. And since I have yellow down here, I think it'll also look nice to have yellow up here. And the yellow and blue, or blue-green, will also have a nice contrast. So I'm also going to color this background yellow. I'm getting everything filled in. Right now I have 1, 2, 3 areas left and a few other little things to color in. I really like this orange, so I think I'm going to put an orange stripe pattern here. I believe I will choose orange and purple. These two colors contrast really well. One is dark and one is light. So I'm going to do an orange purple pattern right here in these stripes. Now that I have this nice orange and purple pattern, I believe I'm also going to put an orange and purple pattern over here. So I think I will put purple for the inside of the flowers and orange for the background. I do think I want to keep the flowers white, but I believe I'm going to color in these little hearts with this light pink. The light pink and the red have a bit of contrast, but I really just think that it's pretty. And I think that a pink heart on a red background looks nice. Once you have finished coloring everything that you are going to color, there's one more thing that you can do if you would like. Romero Britto liked to make his lines, his black lines, really thick. So you may want to go back and thicken up some of your lines. That's totally up to you. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. This pattern right here, I could put a color on top of this, but I think I'm just going to leave it white so that it has some contrast with these other patterns. I am going to go back and make some of my lines thicker, and you can do the same if you want to. I made some of my lines thicker around the heart, this line, some of these lines varying thickness. It really makes my pattern stand out, and it also helps to cover up any mistakes that I might have made when I was coloring the patterns between each other. I hope everyone has enjoyed this project, and I hope you have a beautiful Romero Britto inspired work of art.